Hi, thanks for everybody for joining this month's Tech Talk series. We're going to be talking today about HTML using our AI generative tool called Code Auto. I'm Joe Rafanelli. I am the Director of Technical Solutions here at Macrosoft. At Macrosoft, we are a customized software development shop. We specialize in migrating old technology to new platforms. Um, we are also a continuous improvement shop. We are constantly trying to make our old tools better and making our existing products better as well. This happens to be our theme for today's discussion. We're trying to make our existing product, which I said before, which is Code Auto, which is this image HTML, right, better. And we're kind of going through it today in this discussion. There's going to be a bunch of questions that I'll have for our gentlemen here, but I want to welcome questions at the end of the session, and we'll do it via chat. Super excited to introduce my colleagues here. You see Nelle there; he is our lead PM, our lead tech PM, and then we have our VP of migrations, Imran. He's our VP of Migration Services. Gentlemen, I want to welcome you guys. I want Imran to go ahead and take it away as far as what we're going to be discussing. And like I said before, we'll have a few questions and we'll take it from there. But go ahead, Imran. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. Hello, everyone. This is truly an AI era that we are now living in, and we all are exploring how to use AI in all areas to increase efficiency and delivery and better value to our customers. Microsoft is on top of it. We developed our tool called Auto, and it's getting smarter day by day. Microsoft team is using Code Auto in all development tasks every day and keep on exploring new tasks that can be done smartly using the power of AI. We have Nelle with us, who is leading the Code Auto team that converts all the ideas to reality. Today, I want to discuss how an image will be converted to HTML in a very short time using the Code Auto.
So, Imran, I know you guys have been doing some amazing work, which is reason why we're sharing today. So we're looking forward to that. So why don't we just start with some use cases and get the conversation going that way.
Oh, yes, for sure. Let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yeah, we see it.
So Code Auto, we have done previous tech talk about the Code Auto. Code Auto comes in two flavors, I would say. The first and the main one is a plugin for Visual Studio Code that you can download and plug into your Visual Studio. This one that right now you are seeing is the new flavor of it, which is on the browser base. It's online. It's right now not available to the public. It's under the construction, but it can quickly show you how we can convert an image to an HTML and we can see the result. We later move to the actual Code Auto and see how the coding is generated, but this thing is very good to see the quick results. Very simple interface, simply says that image to HTML, and when I click the get started, it will ask me to upload an image file. So I want you to think about the 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 magic of this tool is basically, let's suppose you're sitting in a brainstorming session with your development team and the ideas coming for the screens, and you draw on the whiteboard there, and you want to quickly see how it's going to look like on the HTML page, or if you want to present some prototype to your client quickly, how quickly this prototyping can be done. So with this tool, it's truly can be done magically in just matter of few seconds. I drew something on my board, which you can see at the back. On my whiteboard, I was sitting with my team and I draw some of the screen images there, and we converted quickly to the HTML. And let me show you how we can do this thing. So let me select a file, which is an image which I took from my board, which is a simple screen. It is a transaction entry screen which has customer, invoice number, amount, load, save and cancel buttons. So right now in this tool, we have two options: convert to HTML using the bootstrap frameworks. Um, so I select this option and I'm just clicking convert now, and it started converting this image to HTML. And the magic it is doing behind the scene is basically this thing. I mean, you can see this screen is generated very quickly, looks very good. Transaction entry, customer, the text box there, invoice number, amount, note, save, and cancel button. So the basic HTML with Bootstrap is there, and you can see how the HTML looks like as well. I can open the file. I can go and view the page source. So you can see this is all generated by Code Auto with the click of one button. It adds all the required tags in HTML with the style sheet and added the right bootstrap CSS file, and it also defined those styles. And you can see it uses the right control type with the right classes. And when you have this thing, you can update your style sheet and give it the way you want. But it uses the right control type and all those. Let me convert another one, which is a little more complex, which is actually I draw in my whiteboard behind me. Let me open that one. So this is a little more complex screen, which I draw on my whiteboard, and now I'm going to migrate it, convert it to the HTML. I just clicked it, it started doing it. As we all understand technically, um, the amount of time it takes is based on the complexity of the screen, the number of controls, because on the basis of that, it's gonna generate all the text. So it is doing this thing, and it's really giving a very good baseline for our developers to take this HTML from there and start developing their space. So you can see it's a little more complex than the previous one, but it generates a very good screen. It has two columns, all the labels are there, and it generated really very well. So we can go and view the if it's HTML, but before that, I want to try another one, which is not a hand drawn image, but it's a image of a legacy application screen. Because we as a shop, as Joe mentioned, that we do a lot of migration projects as well, in which we migrate old technology applications to the newer ones. So we do this migration of the forms often. Let me try another one, and this time what I am going to do is locate an image file of an actual um, VFP application. I will take, yes, this one. So this is an image. It's not hand drawn. So it's an image of a screen of a Visual Fox Pro form. I'm now converting it to HTML. It has more controls. It has some coloring as well in it. So it will take all this thing in consideration while it is generating the HTML. But what at the end, the developer will get a very good code from where he can start and finish this screen very quickly. So let's see how it is coming out. See, so we have the output here. At a glance, we can see yes, both screens are same because of this colors and the background color are exactly the same which was in the image. But now you can see it's placed based on the Angular guidelines that how many columns can be to to be placed there. But we can see that all those right levels are there, and in the program it's a drop down there. The developer can add the items there, and same like this one. So all the drop downs are placed correctly, and the date is also coming here, and the save button is also here. Let's see how the HTML looks like. I'm saving the HTML, and I'm opening this form in the full browser window, and you'll see um, the page source. This is the complete page source that is generated. Again, it uses the bootstrap CSS file for the styling purpose, and it generated the code using the right control types and the labels, and it uses the Angular material controls when it generates this HTML. And so it's good. It's all completely ready. So if you want to make some changes to the style and design, you can apply there in your own program. So this is the short demo to give you an idea how the tool is working. The code auto is converting an image to the HTML.
Imran, that was great. Lots of details there. I love the way it goes from idea to prototype in seconds. Looks very, very useful. So, a couple questions for you. Is it available today with Code Auto? And then another question I had for you was, what makes it different than a developer just going on, say, like ChatGPT and looking for the same result?
So the first, let me answer the first question. Yes, Code Auto has this feature today. In fact, Code Auto, which is the plugin for the Visual Studio Code, has more advanced features than what I showed you. More advanced features like it can generate the HTML using the Angular and the React and with the material controls also. So yes, before moving further, let me for the benefits of our audience who don't know Code Auto yet, we are showing the URL for the Code Auto website, www.codeauto.ai. From there, you can understand more details about this tool. You can download it and you can use it in your day-to-day works as well. The Code Auto is designed for to aid our developers so that they should not be going here and there to to convert some code from this website or that tool or that tool. So Code Auto will provide you everything in one stop. It can migrate the code. It can convert the code from image to HTML right there, and then you can copy it to your project also. You don't need to go everywhere. So that's the beauty of Code Auto. Um, you can also, for the Code Auto more understanding, you can watch our tech talk that we did for the Code Auto, and you can find more details about this today. I'm coming back to our use case for today. How Code Auto, which is the plugin for the Visual Studio Code, migrates the image to the HTML. I have Nelle here, who is, as I mentioned, he's leading the team of our developers who are uh, working on the Code Auto and converting ideas to the reality. So I want Nelle to demonstrate the Code Auto and run the same example in Code Auto and convert the image to HTML and show how the HTML looks like.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So let me quickly share my screen. Hope everyone can able to see the screen.
We
Yes,
see
we
it.
can see your screen. Yes.
Thank you.
So this is a VS Code, and we installed the Code Auto plugin over here. You can see this. And the code auto have a lot many features. You guys might have aware of that. So when you select some piece of code, you can see the set of context menu here, the default context menus for the code auto. And if you're not for this image HTML part, you no need to select the existing code piece, and you simply right click here, which brings up a different set of menus specifically. So here we have more options compared to the web version. So here you can convert your image to HTML using the Tailwind Bootstrap, which is available in our web version. Along with that, we have the Angular, React, and Blazor. These are the three famous UI framework, which in a day-to-day life, most of the developer team or the most of the companies are using it up. So let me show up on a couple of images, which is going to get converted to an Angular design. Okay, so I'm choosing the option of convert to Angular material design, and let me choose some files here. So this is one of the sample files which is drawn from the whiteboard. So it is going to convert it, and what it can do is beyond the web version, what it can do is it will generate the HTML file as well as its respective TypeScript file and the CSS file as separate. So usually you just need to directly plug into your source code. So you can notice this. It generates the transaction entries the screen. So it named it properly as the transaction entry data component.html. So the component HTML is created, and you can scroll down and see the equivalent component TS file is generated, and then the CSS file is generated. And you can see this app module.ts where you want to integrate this code into your project. So all this code is generated. So you just as you are aware of, so you can simply double click here. You can get the code here. You can save this file to your project and bind it out over here. So you can simply double click the individual files. It will get created on that, and you can bind to your code base and start using it out. So you have this all the CSS files generated and the model.ts. So the developer needs to do little bit tweaking to integrate to your respective modules. And if there are some dependent modules there, you need to import those respective modules. But by default, it interacts what are the modules required. It can be integrated there. So all the controls which are generated is basically using the material control. You can see that it uses the Angular material controls and brings it up. Let me pick up another image and show up a little bit complex one which we taken up. So it handles any type of images, as we mentioned. So you can take from the whiteboard or from the screenshot of the existing application or created through the Figma. It can pick it up. So you can see the same way of the equivalent HTML files generated and the TypeScript file and the specific CSS file. So as the CSS already is generated for the other image, it's both uses the same whiteboard thing. We can reuse the existing styles generated. So I'll open up the HTML file to get more into that inside of that. So if you can notice, you can see the labels and the input controls binder, and even it picks up the all the respective controls and the buttons. Everything get populated here. So you just need to bind it into items. So let me go for an image of the legacy screenshot. So this will also get generated for the Angular material controls, and it can be easily usable to your end quickly. It will take a few minutes or few seconds based on the UI of the screen. There are more controls. It will take some time to process it out and getting it out. Now it's get generated. So you can get this, and you can notice this is a kind of drop down. It creates the select control, and it generates the mat option as well. So it provides the for loop to pick up the drop down list. So it picks up the default first value in the screen because screen should have only one item. It picks up that. You just need to bind in the control. So the good thing over here is it quickly converts your any designs into the things, and the developer needs to do the bindings for the controls and just plug into your existing project structure. So it speed up the overall flow from the UI designs to the application side. The same way, we have provision to create for React and Blazor framework as well. So let me show some one of the sample in the React. So I'm choosing the React and choosing one of the image. So I'll go with this legacy screenshot, how that looks like for the React. So it is going to generate the files, the UI related files, which is required for React to integrate to your projects, that is getting generated. So it is generated, and it can give you some instruction of how to use this file as well. So you have to set up the application and how to use this file, and then the forms component and the code will be generated here. So you can simply double click the code and use it in your project. So this all get created, and it provides the further instructions as well on what is the second statement, the rendering the form control. So how to render this HTML to your form, and what are the other configurations required. It also provides that. So this will be more in the user friendly, a kind of a developer friendly, and you can use it for the Blazor as well. So let me do one sample for the Blazor, and let me pick up the same legacy screenshot of for the Blazor. So it provides the generated files as well as the instruction, so that it will be easy for the developer to follow the instruction and do it off and integrate to the project and start using it out. And it provides the instruction for what are the things you can need to change it over as well. So it generates a file in the Blazor, sorry, yeah, Blazor, and you can start using it, and you can follow the instruction to start using the items. So this is available for all the five IDs. Like we have for VS Code as well as Visual Studio, and we have the other IDs as well. You can start using it out.
Very comprehensive, Nelly. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love the flexibility of Code Auto and the different coding languages. So that was good that you showed that, and it was pretty quick. So that should help folks. I have questions though. All right. So, what's actually the manual effort required to make this to make it all work?
Okay, as you notice this, so when you're using with the IDEs, so it is a ready to use code, ready to use generated one. So it is a quick thing from the design prototype to convert it to the actual code. It is a quick thing. So it converts you, give you the flexibility or the approximity of up to 60 to 80% of the things, and the developer needs to do some tweaking to make it working because of to follow their project structure and the layouts. So some tweaking is required. So it gives you more flexibility on the developer side.
All right. So it's still a good head start. So that's
Yeah.
good. 60 to 80% is pretty big. So Imran, question for you. Is the image to HTML feature available to our audience?
um, yes, it's Code Auto 5.0, which we recently launched in our website www.codeauto.ai, has this feature using GPT Model 4. We redefined this plugin with better prompt and working on integrating with GPT 4.0 model, and that will be released on our website in August. Um, then the browser version that I demonstrated earlier is under the development, and that will be available for the audience very soon. It's right now not launched for the general public, but it will be available very soon.
Okay, and that makes sense because that's the whole thing where we're trying to make a same product better and make it better for for our audience and our potential clients. So I totally get that. What I wanted to go back to Nelly. Sticking with Code Auto, what frameworks can it generate that generate the code?
Okay. So as a demo, so you can use it for the Bootstrap or the Tailwind for a regular website development. So you can use it for any website development basically that uses the HTML in the Bootstrap or Tailwind. So you can use it there. Or if you're doing for any open source framework like Angular or React or Blazor, so those are the current trending technologies which is going on. Most of the applications are getting developed, so you can use it for that. So any website development, you can use this. There is no limit, so it just generates for every cases.
I like to hear that. And then what about the images? What types of images that can be created?
Yeah. So images, the only baseline constraint is it has to be a JPEG file or a PNG file.
All right.
Okay. So that is the only thing. So you can, as you saw the demos of, you do in your whiteboard, or you draw it in your paper, take a picture of that, use it, or you have some legacy screenshot, or if your design team comes up with some designs using a Figma or any prototype softwares like Pencil or anything like that, you can still use. So the sketches can be no restrictions on sketches. It is limitless. But only thing is you have to feed in only the JPEG file or a PNG file as an input so that it can understand it is an image and going to convert it to a prototype, a screen prototype of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate that. Okay, those are the couple of questions that I had for our guys. Like I said in the beginning, I want to open it up to chat questions. Let me see if we have any. Okay, we do have one here. Can your tool accurately replicate complex designs when converting images to HTML?
I can answer this question. Um, so the question is about the complex designs, right?
Correct.
I would say 60% yes. The simple images, it's almost about 90 to 95%. But for the complex images, 60% yes. I am one of the client of this tool myself because I do this thing a lot of time. We sit in the team. I draw myself on the screen about the ideas and the script. This tool can read my writing very well and convert all the drawings to the HTML very well. So I'm confidently say it's 60% generates the very right code for the complex screens.
Oh, good. Again, a good head start there. Okay, good question. What, anything else, folks? Okay, question 2. How does AI ensure responsiveness and compatibility across different devices and browsers?
Okay, let me answer this. So basically, we uses the Bootstrap and the Tailwind. So those are the responsive technologies which you use for any website development. So it supports by default with the responsiveness, and it can support for your mobile, tablet, and the any desktop versions. So we our prompts are basically defined for responsive design to generate the HTML using the responsive design and follow this device requirement as well. So it always going to be generated as a responsive.
Okay, good. Okay, folks, anything else? Okay, third question. Can Code Auto use the project theme or layout to generate the output?
So let me answer this question. So it's really a very good question. In the real world projects, what is required? Every screen to follow the same design theme that the project is built on. So this feature to train the model with the user-defined layout theme is in progress right now, and we are working on it. Once this is available, developers will be able to generate multiple screens which will be following the same style sheet and same design pattern.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's see if any other questions come from the audience. We'll give it a minute or two here. All right, I think we're going to close the session. I want to thank Imran and Nelly. Great demos there. We definitely hit the bill as far as tech talk. We showed a lot of stuff there in terms of how it's working behind the scenes, and I'm sure folks really appreciated that, especially the developers out there. I want to thank the audience, right? So the audience had some really good questions here. So we use these questions, to improve our products. Like I was saying before, we are a learning and improving company. We don't just rest on our laurels. We want to make things better as we go along. So we definitely appreciate that. We hope you guys found it informative. And if you decide to go if you have a software development project that you want to talk to us about, or if you have anything that's going to be migrated, obviously we're folks that to talk it out with you guys and let you know what's going on there. Contact information is listed there, and we hope to hear from you guys and hope to keep these sessions going. And once again, thanks everybody, and until next time, have a great evening. Take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye bye
Thank
now.
you.